Greetings to you all. Here's the thing. MDC Alliance members went into the 2018 elections knowing that Zanu PF would rig the elections. They did not mind that as long as they won a few train seats. They did win a few seats, but have since realized that they could use the country's worsening economic situation to demand more of the spoils of power from Zanu PF. They want the country to have a new government of national unity in which MDC Alliance members hold ministerial positions. MDC has stringent measures to stop Zanu PF rigging elections. Nelson Chamisa said repeatedly. He was dismissing those calling for reforms to be implemented before the 2018 elections. MDC Alliance participated in the elections, even when ZEC failed to release a verified voters' roll, a legal and a common sense basic requirement. Proof of their resolve to take part in the elections regardless of how flawed and illegal the process. David Coulthard admitted of this blind greed, stopping the MDC leaders doing the obvious thing. In his book, The Struggle Continues, 50 Years of Tyranny in Zimbabwe, former MDC, Senator and Minister of Education in the GNU, David Coulthard, admitted that Zanu PF was flouting the electoral rules, and it was clear the upcoming 2018 elections would not be free and fair. He agreed that boycotting the elections was the logical thing to do, but the two MDC factions ended up participating because they could not trust each other to do the right thing. The worst aspect for me about the failure to agree a coalition was that both MDCs could not now do the obvious, withdraw from the elections, explained Senator Coulthard. The electoral process was so flawed, so illegal, that the only logical step was to withdraw, which would have compelled SADC to hold Zanu PF to account. But such was the distrust between the two, the MDC-T and MDC-N, that neither could withdraw for fear that the other would remain in the election, winning seats and giving the process credibility. The main MDC factions did come together to form the MDC Alliance before the 2018 elections, and still they participated in the election regardless of the flaws and illegalities. Besides, to boycott the election in such a case will have to be out of principle, and MDC leaders are not a principled lot. Tendai Biti is one of the MDC Alliance members who did win one of the gravy train seats Zanu PF gave away as bait. He should be happy, but he's not. Tendai Biti is one MDC Alliance who is taking full advantage of the country's worsening economic situation to push Mnangagwa to form a GNU, thus secure for himself in a stable position. Thanks to Emerson and that terrible iniquity known as #Zanu, this year's Christmas is stolen and hijacked. The citizen has no cash, no fuel, no basic commodities, not even soda. Things were terrible under Mugabe. But Emerson has redefined hashtag state failure. He is hashtag failure itself. Tweeted Biti. I'm sure a few Zimbabweans will remember 2008 when there was nothing in the shops and commerce and industry had ground to a halt as the country reeled under the 500 billion% hyperinflation, price controls, etc. Being asked to say which year was worse is like being asked which is worse, a broken hand or a broken leg. Why should we ever have to suffer? Comparing Mugabe and Mnangagwa is yet another meaningless nonsense. Zimbabwe's economic collapse started far back in 1980 and has been in a steady decline for the last 38 years. Of course, things were better last year, 2017, than they are this year, 2018. Just as they were better in 2016 than in 2017. This is as one would expect in an economic trajectory of steady decline. Robert Mugabe inherited from Ian Smith a prosperous nation with a robust economy, with a good industrial infrastructure, a very productive agricultural sector, etc. Zimbabwe had the potential to be the South Korea of Africa. But after 20 years or so of gross mismanagement, rampant corruption, and lawlessness, the country fell from its prized perch of being the breadbasket of the region to become the basket case of a failed state. We are starving in a country which is, for all practical purposes, the Garden of Eden. Whilst Mugabe inherited from Smith the 7 fat cows and 7 fat ears of grain and loads of other riches besides, Mnangagwa inherited 1 thin cow that was all skin and bones. Tendai Biti is calling Mnangagwa hashtag failure itself, but praised Mugabe to the high heavens. He called the tyrant unflappable father of the nation, the fountain of all wisdom. Why? Tendai Biti is desperate to secure a ministerial seat and is stopping at nothing to pressure Mnangagwa to form a new GNU. The truth of the matter is, the last GNU served Biti and his fellow MDC friends well. They secured ministerial posts, complete with the generous salaries, limos, a 4 million Highlands mansion for Trangirai, a farm formerly owned by a white farmer for Welshman Nuwe, etc. The GNU was a total failure for the ordinary Zimbabweans, in that not even one of the raft of democratic reforms agreed at the onset were implemented. And hence the reason the 2013 elections were not free, fair, and credible, which was the principal task the GNU was supposed to carry out. The new GNU Tendai Biti, Nelson Chamisa, and the rest in the MDC alliance are gunning for will not implement any of the democratic reforms to ensure next elections are free, fair, and credible. If they fail to get any reforms implemented last time, with SADC had Zanu PF's hands tied behind their back after Mugabe was forced to sign the global political agreement. What hope is there now when Zanu PF is calling all the shots? The nation needs the raft of reforms implemented to progress out of this political and economic mess. What is clear is that the nation must appoint a new team, excluding both Zanu PF and MDC leaders involved in the last GNU, to implement them. Mnangagwa is hashtag failure itself. True. But so was Mugabe. And you too, Mr. Biti, and Nelson Chamisa, etc. Hence the reason the nation must exclude you in the new GNU to be tasked to implement the democratic reforms necessary for free, fair, and credible elections in 2023 and beyond.